Welcome to the Transformers Tournament League, a place where the best of the best duke it out for the grand prize of $1 million. Witness the drama.
Bro, you've gotta be kidding me. M. Nicelli's literally one of the worst players I've ever met.
So what did I do to you?
And Nicelli, you're just not good. The competition.
Chris, I'm sending you to the f***ing Shadow Realm again.
You should yourself.
Clutch plays.
No way!
The funny moments.
Why won't my team move to this point right now? It's so dumb.
Martini, use the riot cannon.
Wait, what does the riot cannon do again?
The strategies. Come on. Come on, just die. Yes. Oh no, Sigma. No, please. Oh my god. Oh! Calculated. Chaos.
Randall, got the shockwaves right here, guys.
I'm coming.
All this and more at the Transformers Tournament League from January 27 to January 29 in the Transformers Re-Energized Discord server. Join today, apply today, and may the best man win. Or don't, cause the deadline for applying has already passed. Oops. That's right, guys. We are gonna be having the first Transformers Esports Tournament. Well, sort of. In the past, I talked about Transformers Follow Cybertron and how the servers got brought back. There's still a lot of people who don't know that. Every time I stream the game, there's always that one comment that says, wait, the servers are back? I didn't know that. How are you playing? Long story short, the people in the Re-Energized Discord server alongside the Warehouse Discord server managed to bring back the multiplayer servers back for Transformers Follow Cybertron, War for Cybertron, Revenge of the Fallen, and the much hated Rise of the Darkspark. If you join the servers, they can help you get everything set up. The process is kind of complicated, but trust me, if you bear through it, it's totally worth it. So RoboGamer 1HD, the mastermind behind all of this and the servers being brought back, is starting the first official, this is unofficial, like Hasbro's not sponsoring this, but in all honesty, who really cares? He's the one that's gonna be hosting the first ever Transformers Tournament League, or TFTL for short. Because Transformers fans are obsessed with acronyms, this tournament league will begin January 27 through the 29, and you have until January 15 to register. By the time this video goes up, that's probably already past the deadline, so I'm a bit late to this. Well, I'm super late. Look, there was a lot of Transformers Shoutout the Beast stuff to talk about, okay? It's been a busy week, okay? I just didn't have time. But this is not the first tournament that they're gonna have for Transformers Follow Cybertron. They're gonna have many more in the future, depending on how well this one's received. So I at least want to get the word out so people go and check this out and get them excited for future tournaments. Maybe even convince a few of you to join in the future, or even start playing the game so you can participate in the future. But now you might be thinking, but Fire, how are they gonna do that if the servers are the way they are? You know, what's stopping someone from joining a match while they're having the tournament? Not to worry, my dear viewer, because the mods are actually way ahead of you, because they're actually going to be restructuring the servers in preparation of the event. I don't exactly know what they have in mind just yet, but they're utilizing a bit of modding magic and they're going to make it so that's not a problem. And yes, you heard me right, this is a team-based tournament, and I will get into that alongside the rules in a second. In this tournament, much like an actual esports tournament, it's going to have a monetary compensation. Teams are going to be competing for the grand prize of $1 million. They don't have $1 million? Oh, okay, so what's the prize? Alright, teams are gonna be fighting for the grand prize of $375. That's still really good though. The first place team gets $75 per player, the second place team gets $50 per player, which is pretty fair in all honesty. But now that the stage is ready and the stakes are set, now it's time to talk about how the actual tournament is gonna be. And for that, I'm gonna read the rules. RoboGamer actually posted a Discord document which basically describes the rules and regulations of the tournament. If you're gonna participate or are planning to participate or even in the future, are thinking of participating, I do recommend you read this on your own. But I'm gonna read you some of the more important bits and things that I found to be very interesting. Now, as you might have guessed, the tournament is only gonna take place on the PC version of the game. So if you're a PS3 user, I'm sorry to tell you, you are kind of out already. Not to be mean, I think they're just doing it because the PC version is the easier one to mod. Like doing the tournament the way they're doing it, it will be super hard in PS3, maybe even impossible. Now, despite the little funny skit I did at the beginning, it's specifically stated in the rules that parties that take place in the league, they should refrain from insulting participants, organizers, streamers, spectators, and anyone else. It is necessary to refrain from profanity, as well as direct or indirect aggression from the space of communication of the Fall of Cybertron League. Honestly, I kind of like this rule because I got on record to say that I feel like the people in the Fall of Cybertron community are very toxic. Well, not exactly. I wouldn't call them like super toxic. Like, no, I feel like some of them get a bit too competitive, especially in the server. It used to be way worse back in the day. Nowadays, people have chilled, and it's honestly a whole lot nicer than it used to be. But I honestly really do appreciate to put that rule in, because I know a lot of people had a lot of problems, at least early on, with the direction the server and the community was taking it. The way the league will work is that it's a bracket system to determine its victor. The tournament is structured as a best out of 3. Once a team gets 2 victories on 2 maps, the team moves across the bracket, as the losing team is murder. Well, it's actually eliminated, but it sounds cooler and, it has more stakes if I use words like this, Starting time is 10 AM Eastern Standard Time. Now for the in-game rules. Now this is the most interesting part. The teams must oblige to one of each class, meaning no duplicates of one of our classes. Example, each team is only allowed to have 1 Titan, 1 Scientist, 1 Infiltrator, or 1 Destroyer. No pickups are allowed during the tournament matches, which is honestly a very huge deal because in the multiplayer themselves, the pickups really do have the power to turn the tide of a battle. So them being banned kind of, enhances the stakes and it's less RNG focus. Now the match is no longer who gets the strongest pickup first. Now it's, okay, who has the best strategy to get consistent kills on the enemy team. Each team will be able to decide one ability or one weapon to ban within the match, where teams can choose either to ban a specific weapon or an ability of their opposition. Honestly, this is a change that I actually really do like. Listen, Fall of Cybertron is far from balanced. Each class has at least one thing that I feel like is super stupid overpowered. The Infiltrator class, of course, has a sniper rifle. Destroyers have their annoying shield with the A4 pulse cannon. Scientists have their amazing healing, which by any healing add-ons are completely banned. You can only use heal beam and it has to stay neutral. And tanks have the Energon Harvester. And honestly, I don't need to explain why that thing is broken. So considering that these are a best out of 3, if one team performs really good, let's say using a weapon that the other team has trouble countering, the next match that team can decide, okay, that weapon you were using, yeah, we don't want you to use it anymore, use something else. Which honestly, it balances things out and it promotes diversity in terms of weapon and ability usage. So I'm actually super happy with that choice. It's actually really good. Now, something that's a common strategy in Fall of Cybertron is that when you are in an engagement, the whole point of the game, and that's something I said on stream, is to not let the enemy team get kills. So killing yourself, as messed up as that sounds, is a viable strategy. Do not give the enemy team points. Well, for this tournament, deliberately avoiding deaths from the opposing team, like jumping off the map, eliminating yourself by your own weapons, or even switching teams is completely prohibited. Each time a team does this, they will receive a penalty, which add up, and eventually if you get enough penalties, you'll get banned from the tournament. I'll go more into that in a little later. Of course, glitches and exploits are completely, banned too. During the match, there will be a 15-second peace time where teams are advised to stay at spawn till casters and spectators are able to position themselves correctly for not disturbing team spawn rates and to cast properly. If you play Fall of Cybertron, you'll note that hosting a match and, internet connections can be a problem. Event organizers will try their best to provide a host that suits all. However, maintaining a high-quality connection for each match and team is unrealistic. Please be aware that there will probably be connection issues, especially with how diverse player regions are. If the match quality is deemed unplayable, there will be a reset and a different host. Event organizers will require information about teams' prior connectivity issues and their best overall host before beginning a match. The way you sign up for this is by joining the Discord server for Re-Energize. They have a few links there that you can use to register your team. Keep in mind that you are only able to have 3 teammates. So teams here are not going to be a complete team of 4 or 5, it's going to be a complete team of 3. Each team will have a team captain. The team captain is the member of the team who is the representative of his whole team. He's basically the spokesperson for the team, and if a dispute at any moment happens during the match, the role of the team leader is pretty simple. If anything goes wrong, the team leader is in charge to telling the organizers that something's wrong, that, you know, if you need to make a last minute team change or like add a new person or, you know, get rid of a person, they are the ones who, you know, go to the organizers and basically mediate between the two groups. The waiting time for late players will be 10 minutes, so show up early, folks. The match will start only if there are 3 players in each team in the lobby. Teams may request a 5-minute break after each map to go to the bathroom, maybe eat, grab a Chick-fil-A. Pauses during a match will be permitted for each of the teams. There will be 2 pauses per match for 4 minutes straight. The game will only be restarted in case of technical problems. Only streamers and members of the organizing staff have the right to be among the spectators of the match. Hopefully that includes me. I do stream, but I wouldn't consider myself a complete streamer. Maybe I can pull some strings? Throughout the match, teams must be in the Follow Cybertron League Discord server, which will be a special Discord server, you know, for the competing teams. And now for one of the most interesting parts about this whole thing is the map selection and map pool. Now, not all maps are considered equal. Some maps favor a faction over the other one, or some maps are just, you know, not the best to play in. Desolation and Convoy will be banned due to their size. The first map contestants will play in will be determined by the organizers. The losing side chooses the next map of the set mode. If a match results in a draw, another match will take place in order to determine the real winner. Substitutions. Within one match, you can make an unlimited number of substitutions from the declared composition. A substitution is considered to be a decision made by the team leader to change a player from the playing 3 to a player from the pool of substitutes. Substitutions can be used at any time. I love how detailed this document goes. It actually does feel like I'm listening to the rules for a soccer match. Rules of conduct for participants. Of course, you know, no glitches, no abuse of bugs or that kind of stuff, anything that gives you a gameplay advantage. I wonder if that means they will also ban some chess pieces, because I do know the Dinobot chess pieces actually do grant you an advantage over other players. I know that's something that's still debated, and most of the people who defend that are people who use Dinobot chess piece to begin with. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, like, when you compare it to a regular tank chess piece, where, you know, you turn into a tank, you play and stuff like that, that's fine. In comparison to that one, the Dinobot chess piece, the Grimlock one, actually does give you a bit more vision, and like it lets you jump a little higher than your regular standard tank chess piece. So there's no word on that if that will be banned or not. They will probably allow it, which if that's the case, I feel like everyone's just gonna run Dinobot chess piece, because yeah, reporting a player. So of course, you know, player reporting is gonna be available during the match. If, you know, someone gets accused of something and reports it to the staff, the team captains must submit a full description of suspicious moments, time of replay, detailed descriptions, and stuff like that. The whole thing will be video recorded and streamed. So if people really do cheat, I highly doubt they're gonna get away with it. So, but, you know, don't try it. Now, penalties. The esports tournament Follow Cybertron League has a 3-level system of punishments. Level 1 is a warning, pretty self-explanatory. Level 2, suspension. The participant is deprived of the right to take part in several subsequent matches of the tournament. Level 3 is a ban, which again, you know, pretty understandable. The participant of the team is suspended for the entire current season, and also future seasons depending on the severity of the crime. The penalties will be decided by the judges. All penalties will be non-biased and will be correctly analyzed. And of course, any team who does not follow the rules or like deliberately chooses not to follow them will obviously be banned and kicked from the tournament. Overall, I really like the rules of this tournament. They're really good. They feel very professional too. Like, I'm actually really impressed with like how they went about making them. You know, it's always the fans that do the best with the franchise, because I mean, Hasbro took down the multiplayer servers, the fans brought them back. Hasbro won't do any more Transformers games while the fans are making their own games. I mean, Reactivate does look like a return to form, and I think it's gonna be really good, and you know, I really do plan to play it and talk about it more, because unfortunately I have been slacking on that in between all the Rise of the Beast news. But honestly, it's just so cool seeing how fans are taking the franchise into their own hands and doing things that Hasbro would otherwise be unwilling to do. But now for the answer to the question I know you guys are dying to ask, will I be joining? I really want to though. Like, I really want to. I feel like I'm a pretty above average player. I definitely don't equate to the upper echelon of the Follow Cybertron players. A lot of them are monsters that really like using Energon Harvester. And if I was there, every match I would just ban Energon Harvester. Actually, banning the Destroyer Shield will also probably be another like very good thing to do, because like at least with the energy harvester you can at least hit them, but with the destroyer shield there's not much you can do. You see what I mean by, you know, this having a very tactical feel to it, because it's no longer RNG much, or like, you know, who happened to get the luckiest in an engagement. It's all very strategic. The fact that you can ban another team's weapons, the fact that, you know, you need to coordinate with your team of 3, adds a whole like competitive layer, a layer of, you know, tactics. But honestly, it's not seen much in your typical follow Cybertron match. Typically it's just, you know, you get put in the game, you have your teammates, and you don't really coordinate match. It's kind of just everyone sort of doing their own thing. So it will be interesting to see how, you know, gameplay changes in a tournament setting. I would honestly really love to join, but the problem is that I don't know many folks that I would be, you know, able to form a team with. There are some people that come to mind that sort of, you know, like to do a bit of trolling, especially on my stream. But overall, like the people I play Follow Cybertron the most with are not exactly at the level, if you know what I mean. Martini, I'm so sorry, but I really am talking about you. You're just not on the level yet. So that's pretty much the reason why I'm not gonna be playing. I do hope I'm given the chance to stream it though. Like I really would love to be there and just like see the teams duke it out. I think that would be really fun. But if not, then, you know, I'll be happy to report the results and the highlights of the tournament league. It's something that has never been done with Transformers. The rules of the tournament are pretty fair, balanced, and interesting. And if you've seen some of my Follow Cybertron gameplay, you know that the game has like tons of opportunities for really cool plays and clips and stuff like that. So I'm more than interested at seeing how this whole thing plays out. Depending on how the first tournament goes, they might do more tournaments in the future, which I really do hope they do, because so far I'm really liking how this sounds. But then again, it all depends on the execution. They could definitely butcher this and this could be the first and last tournament we ever get, or this could be the start of something great, something more competitive for Transformers, which is something, again, that has been completely absent for previous releases. Only time will tell, but regardless of what happens, this seems like a pretty cool event that you should definitely keep an eye out for. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys think the Transformers Follow Cybertron tournament sounds like a good idea? Would you participate if you could? Do you think we should have more stuff like this in the future? Personally, if we do, I kinda do hope it's not just a 3-on-3. I kinda hope it's just a full 4v4, you know, so we can get all the classes there. Like, you know, we have a really cool team composition. A healer, a tank, a DPS, and you know, whatever the infiltrator is supposed to be. This whole thing really does give me some, you know, Trials of Osiris Destiny vibes, which is kinda fitting because a lot of the people from the Re-Energized Discord server do have a background on Destiny, so yeah, I can see where they got their ideas from. But yeah, guys, you heard it here first, folks. Transformers fans making their own esports league. As always, if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see me cover more on the Transformers league, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to all the annoying YouTuber stuff that the algorithm likes. And I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Stay safe, guys. But before we go, a word from my voice actor, M. Nicely.
Remember, kids, bullying Squeaker is the best thing you can do with your life.
Anyways, guys, before we go, shout out to our amazing patrons: Xavier the God, Stitch Productions, Scrub Lordo, Allspark Studios, Epic Nin, Lord Racer, Transformers Gears and Brawn, that's still a long name, Optination Reviews, Joshua, James Newbold, Freddy King Hunter Plays, Omega Tryon 2000, Namekai, the Diamond Crest Productions, and our newest super handsome Patreon, DJ Universe. And an even bigger shout out to our even bigger Patreons, Jordan the Great and XNorder23, who donated a amount of money. Thank you guys so much for supporting the Patreon, it's much appreciated. If you guys donate to my Patreon, you get quite a few rewards. You get to collab with me in some videos if you choose to. You can request some artwork from me, get exclusive look on some upcoming videos early, and get a sneak peek at some of the stuff that I've been working on in the background that I haven't published just yet. But keep in mind that it is entirely optional, because freedom is the right of all sentient beings. Thank you to my patrons for donating. Make sure to go check out their channels. Some of them do Transformers content like tour reviews, news updates, or just regular good old gameplay videos. I'm sure there's something for you to enjoy. As always, guys, thank you for donating. I couldn't do this without you. If you guys want to donate to my Patreon, you know what to do. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.